in everything that he does, it's about being aligned with his values and his goals. And I think we should all be thinking about not just setting an idea to make money, but setting an idea to see how, whether what industry we're in, that those customers feel that we're giving a level of value that our competitors can't give. So without further ado, Mr. Eric Ho.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay, guys.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it scream from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero.
Thank you. Wow. Okay, I said thank you. I said I was gonna speak a little bit more on the spiritual level today, and just with that intro music, I felt like it was a bit off, you know. Should have had my snapback on and get my gangster feel back on, my baggy jeans, you know. So maybe for next time when I talk spirituality, we'll change it to some come on stage. Yeah, so today, you know, this whole thing about confidence, I wanna just give it a little bit of a edge. I wanna talk about it in a slightly different way, but at the same time, not discounting anything that's been said today. I believe that every person who's been on here so far has delivered massive value, and everything that they've been saying, you know, there's a lot of things to be learned from that. But then what I believe in is that confidence can come from a slightly different place. Confidence, well, like what Martha mentioned earlier, we're all born with confidence, right? Every single one of you have confidence within you. When we were born, we kind of like we do anything. We're babies. We kind of like scream, we shout, we go anywhere we want, do anything. We play with spiders. We can play with snakes. You know, we can do all of this stuff. We're confident with all of this stuff. But then through our upbringing, through society, through the way our parents are, or you know how other people are, they've kind of, I guess, instilled different types of belief systems, or limiting belief systems within our minds that actually like stop us from achieving what we want to achieve in life. And a lot of these beliefs don't belong to us, you know. And sometimes even a lot of you right now, you're sitting there right now, you have certain beliefs, things you can do, things you can't do. But then the things you can do and the things you can't do maybe doesn't even belong to you. It's what you think you can do, or you think you can't do, or even just even your goals. Even your goals. You may think that you have certain goals in life, but then those goals may not even belong to you. You just think that's your goals, right? Because again, as a kid, we kind of we're brought up, and I love it when Wayne Dyer talks about this. He says, if something so great, let's say something so great that created this world, that created you, me, created every single one of us, can take us from nowhere, he talks about, nowhere, 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 to suddenly becoming now here, Nowhere, right? Nowhere to now here, suddenly, in the tummy. If something so great can create that, you can call it God. Some people may call it the universe. You can call it, you call it whatever you want to call it. So maybe some of you may call it the Big Bang. You can call it science if you wish, right? But if we know that there's something so great that created you, me, and everything around us, then to be honest, there's nothing to fear. I mean, the opposite to confidence is fear, really, right? But why is it that we fear things? Why is it that we fear things? We only fear things because suddenly we decide that we need to take control of something. But why do we need to take control of anything? I want to just put that out there first of all. It's going to sound a little bit bizarre, and then I'm going to make sense of it for you. And that is just, the confidence, where does it come from? Just trust. Just trust. The thing that brought you, me here, right? Who can explain what it is? Who can explain that thing, right? None of us can explain, but it's magical. Whatever it is, it's magical. And for those first 9 months, in the tummy, we don't worry about anything. right? You don't come month one, and you think, oh, boy, I hope, my ears appear on month 2, because if it doesn't appear, I'm going to be pretty, stressed out about this, right? We don't, month 2 comes along and says, hey, where's my legs? Where's my legs? My legs aren't here yet, We don't worry about these things. We don't. What do? We just trust. We just trust. So at that point, we're still confident. We just trust. We don't know what we're confident about. We don't need to know what we're confident about. We just purely trust. That's all. And through trusting, what happens? 9 months later, suddenly, wow! Arms, legs, ears, everything. And then we pop out. And that's an interesting image, isn't it? Right? And then we pop out, right? And then that moment we pop out, what happens then? We make that conscious decision that, okay, thank you, God, or thank you, universe, or thank you, whatever that great power is. Okay, I'm going to take over from here. Yeah? Let me worry about stuff, okay? You don't need to deal with anything anymore. Then we start worrying. We start stressing. Fear starts kicking in, right? From every angle. And again, it doesn't kick in immediately. Even as a baby, a little baby sitting on the floor, sees a little spider, it's like, oh, spider, so cute. Right? You're playing with a spider. Everything's great. Mum walks in and goes, ah! And then what happens with the baby? We start crying, yeah? Next time baby sees spider, what happens? Okay, suddenly we lose a bit of confidence already, just as a baby. And think about all of these different situations that happen every single day through our upbringing. And that forms us. That creates us. And then now we talk about confidence, it's actually about how do we unravel all of that? How do we unravel all of that, A lot of people look at me today, they say, Eric, wow, so much confidence, You walk through a room, you feel like, you look like you own it, Well, first of all, I believe that I do own this room. It's got Age Academy written all over it. But how did I get there? Through school, I was the shy boy. I was really, really shy. I was the fearful kid at the corner of the classroom. And every time a teacher would be like, "Hey, okay, your turn. Read a few lines." I'll like face go red and hands start shaking, legs start shaking, everything shakes, and it's just like and you try to control it, right? The more you try to control it, the more out of control it, because you use left hand to control right hand, then you use body to control both hands, and then your whole body starts shaking, right? It's just like, how do you control that fear? And the fear just gets spiraling, and it becomes that becomes part of you. So how do you push out of that? How do you get out of that? When you push back into confidence again, there's that time where it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. And I want to share with you what I believe, it works in every area of your life, whether it's to do with relationships, whether it's to do with business, whether it's to do with public speaking, whatever it is, whatever the result you want right now, the number one thing that is stopping you from achieving what you want is basically fear. That's all. So when we talk about confidence, this is a massive topic. It's a really, really big topic, right? Now, I'm gonna talk about this in very basic form first, okay? And again, some of you may look at some of the things and think, I know that, okay? I know that. But it's really interesting. Just the other day, I was in Vietnam, and it was when Anne, one of my mentees, was talking about a model that Landmark talks about. Anybody familiar with Landmark? Yeah. Wow. Okay, quite a few of you. Okay. When she was talking about, she said it's interesting because we have this part of us where this is what we know, and this is what we know that we don't know, and then this is what we don't know that we don't know. Right? It's like the things that you know is pretty much this much, right? It's only a small percentage. And then the things that you know that you don't know, you know that you don't know certain things. You know that you don't know about business or whatever business or, different things. You know that you don't know about it. But then it's interesting, the things that you are totally unaware of. You just don't know that you don't know that thing. It does not exist in your life right now, right? So when I talk about spirituality, I mean, to some people, yeah, very sensitive, you know. Some people are like, I'm highly spiritual, you know. It's like, okay, yes, you know, it becomes an ego thing, you know. It's like, it's cool to be spiritual, and I'm highly spiritual. And it's questionable how spiritual that person is, I feel, you know. And then some people are like, oh no, I'm not spiritual at all, okay. But I'm talking about spirituality. I'm not talking about religion. It's not religion. It's a belief. It's not a belief. I don't believe you have a choice whether you are spiritual or not spiritual. We are all here in the spirit. We are all here. We all exist here. And I believe spirituality is basically just about awareness. It's just about awareness. It's just about tapping into things that we don't know about ourselves, about our surroundings, about how things work. Now, what's really interesting is once we start understanding and tapping into how things actually work, everything becomes clear. It becomes easier and easier. Life becomes easier. Every day, I'm just happy. Every day, I just flow. Every day, I just be. I always talk about just being. I'm just flowing with things. Right? We're going to go into flow towards the end of the presentation, but not going to go too deep into it right now. But when I talk about flow today, I just be. I just live in those moments. I don't fight for anything. Whether it's in relationships, whether it's in work, whether it's business, I don't fight for anything. I let it be. I trust. But I don't believe that works for everybody. You know, a lot of people say, hey, just be, just flow, right? I would say that's bad advice to most people. Because your way of flowing right now, for most people, the way of flowing right now, you can only flow with what you know. You can only flow with what you fear. You can only flow with what you're confident about. And for most people in this world, our brains are all scattered. I mean, our brains process millions of pieces of information every second that passes by. Right now, when you think you're in this moment, you're listening to me speak right now, we're processing loads of information at the same time. You're still thinking about something I said maybe 2 minutes ago, right? Or you're thinking, okay, when is today going to end? You're in the future, you're in the past, you're not really in this moment, right? But when you're in this totally 100% in this moment, that's when you have total awareness of everything that is happening in this moment, right? But what's interesting is this. If you just go in and say, oh yeah, just be, let's just flow, right? You are flowing with what is in your subconscious mind. But what is in your subconscious mind can only be in your subconscious mind because it was once in your conscious mind. Right? It's about taking that the conscious doing, right? You physically need to you try a new thing, it's uncomfortable, you keep doing it, suddenly it becomes subconscious, it's part of you. It's part of you. And it was interesting before when Martha was talking about, she said, Meike was talking about this as well. She's saying, fake it till you make it. Yep. Fake it till you make it. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. No, think about this a second, right? When we fake it till you make it, right? A lot of things that we are familiar with, at one point we were uncomfortable with. Meaning there was a point where we had to kind of fake it, right? It's like, let's say public speaking. The first time I got on stages, I was like this. I was all over the place. But I had to, pretend I'm confident. You know? I had to fake it. When you get into a new area, when you do a new thing, when you want to achieve new goals, you need to do new things. When you do new things, it's uncomfortable. That's in your conscious mind. You take that conscious and you put it into subconscious, that's flow. Now, if you just flow with life, if you just enjoy every day and trust the divine, trust whatever it is up there, right? And you just flow with it, you'll be all over the place. Because you fear certain things, you have confidence towards certain things, you have reactions towards certain things, and it takes you everywhere. And it's not taking you to where you want to be. Because, that's why I always say, master the form and flow with the formless. Master the form and flow with the formless. I'd like to share this with you a second. So, if we look at this, when we, let's say for now, okay, let's say this, okay, let's talk about invisible, okay, invisible. So invisible being unaware, okay, we are just, we are who we are, we're just on our own, invisible, we're just in our own world, right, in our own world. And to get in from invisible to actually control, okay, having that power, control of your life, having that power to be able to achieve what you want to achieve in life, okay? There's certain things, there's certain steps that I feel that you kind of need to go through to be able to get yourself there, okay? And number one, the first thing is actually, I mean, I'm a systems guy, when I talk about business, I always talk about systems. I believe it's a system, it's a model. It's something, it's like what the experts have been sharing with you today. It's things that they have used that has worked for them, right? They're models. So what you do is you take a system, you take a model, a thing that you know works based on the person who's teaching it, that you know it's worked for them, right? Model success. And what you do is take this system and then you practice. Okay? This will probably be the fake part, I'm saying. Fake it till you make it. Right? When it's uncomfortable at first. So think about this a second. I just want to give you a quick analogy, because this is the idea I want to take you along here. Is that you can create success, you can create confidence, you can create trust, you can create that flow, you can create everything on autopilot. You can create your life, like me, I would say it's autopilot. I go into different businesses now, they become successful. I don't feel like I'm trying. I really don't. I go into a sales situation, I sell. But I don't think I'm selling. I don't believe I'm selling. I just focus on the person. How can I serve that person? I believe sales is service, It's getting that product, getting that value to other people. So I just focus on just adding value, that's all. But then the sales come through, right? I don't focus on these things. But the only reason I don't focus on these things, and the only reason I can just enjoy my life and just live and just be in that flow, is because there was one time where I had to master this stuff. And it was uncomfortable. For a quiet boy to go out there and need to speak to people and then sell to them, now that's very uncomfortable, It's like, what, what is it time that I need to ask for money now, sign the contract, how do you do that part, right? Right? So it was uncomfortable. But like I said, I want to give you an analogy, and I want you to understand that your life can run in exactly the same way. If you think about it, anybody here play the piano? No, just a few. Anybody drive a car? You know how to drive? Okay, cool. That's better, right? It's just like driving. It's just like driving, right? So you are here right now. You have your certain goal, whatever that goal may be. It could be relationships. It could be financially. It could be whatever, right? And to get yourself from where you are to where you want to be, first of all, the fastest way is to get yourself a vehicle, right? You get yourself a vehicle, but a vehicle alone won't do it, because you need to focus on the driver, the how to drive the thing, yes? Now, I don't know if many of you remember the first time you get into a car, you learn to drive. I mean, it looks easy. That stuff looks easy, right? It's people are just like talking and chatting, some people on their phones and doing it, you're like, oh, that's pretty easy, right? And then you get in there, the first lesson is kind of like, what left foot and what clutch and right and biting, what? And then mirrors and signal and just, right? It's stressful. It's pretty stressful. It's like, if you're like me, you can't multitask. It's very stressful, right? Very stressful. But then what do? We carry on doing it. Right? We're pretty much, again, that may be faking it, right? We're kind of, okay, just like pretend, okay, just, yeah, I'll be okay, right? You're faking it, right? You practice it. It's uncomfortable. There's tension there. There's stress there. You're not even enjoying it. How about you're not enjoying it? It's kind of, you see people pulling off and you're kind of like, and you're like, man, you're not enjoying it. Then what happens? Then you keep practicing, you practice, and you master that thing, right? Now, when you master that thing, okay, so this is this first level. This first level, okay? When you practice it, you master it to a certain level, okay? And that is not you. I don't believe that's you yet. You practice it and you can get from A to B. right? But you're not you. You're not really enjoying it still. It's okay. Kind of still a bit stuttery, right? And it's just like public speaking. It's just like everything. It's like business. It's like everything. The same process. It's uncomfortable, but you're kind of getting it. And am I enjoying it? Maybe. And at this point, you have this. At this point here, okay, you've kind of mastered the system. Let's say. Now, a lot of people talk about. They say, "Fake it till you make it." Yeah, but they're just being fake. That's not them. That's not them. Okay, they're not being themselves. Yeah, but who are you? Who is themselves? Like, what, you were just born and you were yourself? Like, immediately? Or were we just created by our environment? We weren't ourselves in the first place. You were just formed the way you are. You have shy people, they were formed because of maybe some bullying or whatever happened. Right? We were just formed. So what is themselves? There is no such thing. Right? Who are you? So it's not really faking it. You get here, mastering the system. This point, I would call this part here, I say, this is kind of a little bit of what Steve Jobs would call maybe a reality distortion, or maybe a power distortion, or a power distortion. So at this point, it looks like they're confident. Come up on stage on the first time, you kind of learn how to stand, you learn how to position yourself, you learn how to use eye contact. It looks like it. But it's still not that alignment, what Martha was talking about yet. You're not really feeling that comfortable, to be honest, But to other people, it's kind of looks quite powerful. It kind of looks okay. Like you're driving, and your first one, you just passed the test, and it's like on the road, and your friend, hey, get in. Wow, you're driving, and yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yep, I know how to do this. Yes, I hope it's gonna be okay, right? But you need to kind of like, you need to look the part, right? And this is the part, mastering the system. It's kind of, it's not, the power isn't really there. I don't believe the power's there. Let me tell you something. Some people, they stay within the system. Some people, they still focus on the system. They always focus on the system, how it's done. Their mind is always focused on the system. Okay? Some people, they break through. Okay? They master the system. What comes after that? What comes after that is what I call creativity. It's when you master something, you know it so well, you kind of, hey, let's try this instead. Maybe I do this instead. Maybe I can look at the mirror before I signal. Or maybe I can do different things, right? You learn how to, go stand on stage, you need to raise your hand, and the first time I was on stage, I was taught this stuff by a system. You come onto stage, the first thing I do is, raise your hands if you like to make more money in your lives. Thank you. Raise your hands if you like more time in your lives. Thank you. Point to the person next to you and say, you are in the right place. You're in the right place. Thank you. My name is Eric Hope. This is the system. People will still look at it and say, well, you're standing pretty confident. He looks pretty confident. Yeah. But I was not comfortable. Then you think, this stuff works. It kind of works. Then you get a little bit creative. Let's put a bit of me in it. What if I can ask the question later? Would that work? What if I can raise my hand in a different way? What if I can walk while raising my hand, right? You add your own little creativity to it. And then from creativity, what happens is you get this, right? Authenticity, right? Authenticity. And this part here is what I call real power. This is where the real power, this is where the real you now. But this you was created. This you was not even you. So I don't believe that you need to be you. Oh, but this isn't me. What's you? Why does it matter? Why have an attachment to that? Right? Why have an attachment to that? Just be open to it. No attachments. But let me tell you something. From the experts I've been teaching, whether it's this wardrobe stuff, right? Let me tell you something. You don't know what you don't know. One simple thing that I learned from Martha was about wardrobe. That was very powerful for me because at first she said declutter. I was like, why? What's that got to do with anything? I love my life. It's like, what's that got to do with anything? How's that going to help? She said, you need to declutter. I said, why do I need to declutter? She says, we need to go shopping. Like you need to have like things, the basics and what. I said, oh, that's a lot of work. And she says, you're actually using more work now. I said, huh? What? But again, you don't know what you don't know. I was just not aware that this was even happening. And I talk about energy as well. She said, everything holds energy, right? Everything holds energy. She says, when you have clutter, and most people's wardrobes are like this, right? So I to realize, in your wardrobe, you'll probably have 80% of the stuff you will never wear. You will literally never wear. You look at all the time and you consider wearing it. You bought it and you probably never wore it before, and you're looking at it and you think, yeah, I wouldn't consider it. I'll wear it out sometime, right? You haven't worn it for the last 6 years, but you may wear it sometime, right? You may wear it sometime. Or some of you have something that is way too small for you, but you're thinking, it's okay because it's going to happen, you know? It's going to happen, right? I mean, it hasn't happened in the last 10 years, but it's going to happen, you know? It's just like my waistline is going to shrink, you know, automatically in the next few months. I feel it, you know? And we keep that stuff in there. But understand this for a second. Understand how everything works, okay? We're going to go a little bit deeper now into a little bit about attraction. A little bit about maybe positive thinking, all this woo-woo crazy stuff, you know? It's like, what is going on, you know? Right? Think about this for a second. I like to break things down very simple. I don't like to think, you know, okay, yeah, guys, visualize, close your eyes, Ferrari, 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 you see? Let's just think of it in very simple terms right now, okay? You are here, okay? You have a goal, you have a dream. Whatever that goal, that dream is for you, okay, you have that goal, you have that dream. In between you and your goal and dream right now, it's just noise. It's a load of noise. It is. It's like, okay, so let's say the dream was, I want to make $1 million. In between you want to make $1 million is, oh, wait there a second, I need to pick the kids up after school. Oh no, why they're doing this, why they're doing that. Oh no, okay, relationships, and then this and that, and then it's like all of these things happening all at the same time, right? And then now to add on to this awareness, now your wardrobe adds more noise to it, because whenever you wake up in the morning, you can stand there and you look at the same small trousers that have never fit in the last 10 years, but you're still thinking, okay, you wasted more time and more thinking, more noise again, digesting, or even attachments to certain things that were from your past, right? Different emotions. Everything holds energy, right? Now that's to add to the clutter, just in case you don't have enough noise already. And then now, obviously, in the busy world, we got work, we got bills to pay, we got this, we got that, we got people to hold accountable, everything, right? Everything happening every second. While you are saying, I want to make $1 million. While that's happening, at the same second, everything happened at the same time. And then obviously the most important thing today, Facebook, right? That's happening at the same time too. You know? It's like, yes, I have 1 million things to worry about, but yes, let's scroll. Let's do this first, you know? Deal with the noise later on, right? Let's just scroll first, yes. And then you find out a few hours later, you're still scrolling, yes? It's like, what on earth, right? Now, all of this is happening. Think about this a second. I want to make $1 million. Noise, all of this noise, right? That's what your brain is processing every second. What if you got rid of all that noise? What if that noise just did not exist? What if all that noise did not exist and the whole of your brain power, now the brain has a massive capacity, all of that brain power was just channeled towards one goal, to make $1 million US. What if? Do you think if you had that ability, then you may achieve it just a little bit faster? Maybe. Just maybe. But then the question is, how do you get rid of that noise? How do you get rid of this noise? You know? I was doing a Facebook Live the other day about this, and then somebody said, yeah, but I still need to pay the bills. Yeah, I know you still need to pay the bills, but understand this, okay, by one simple thing. One simple thing. And this is where I want to talk about this a second, okay? So I want to go a little bit into trust, and I want to go into a little bit about flow, okay? Trust and flow. So understand this, that everything is actually just happening in this moment, that's all. It's just happening in this moment. Reality is in this moment, now, right? But then, how many of you in this room right now are fully in this moment? Fully in this moment? Fully. Okay, I challenge that. I do. I challenge that. I challenge that. Because in this moment, it's virtually impossible to be fully in this moment. There are certain things, your brain scatters, it's going now, it's going different things, different thoughts, different ideas right now, it's going. Different thoughts, right? Some of you are still thinking about when's the toilet break, right? I know that from experience. Why? Because I've spoken on enough stages now to know when people start sitting like this, it means they need the toilet, yes. So it's like, so all of this stuff is happening at this moment, but understand this. While you're thinking about something I said a few seconds ago that's in the past, or you're thinking about something that is in the future, that is when is the break, or when is what's happening, and all the rest of it, or oh, when I go home I still need to do it. This is all happening right now, in this second. In this second, or tomorrow, oh, I'm dreading tomorrow, you know? That's reality. You know, I wish I could stay in this event forever, right? Everything's beautiful. But understand this. Every one moment that you are in the past or you're in the future, that is what's creating your past and your future. Understand this. In this moment, there are no problems. Repeat after me. There are no problems. There is no problem. Literally, me looking at you, you looking at me, everything's beautiful. You smile, I smile. Wow, life is beautiful. Look at this. We'll look at each other. Life is beautiful. You want to live a happy and fulfilling life? Just be in this moment. That's all. Just be in this moment. Understand that in this moment, everything is beautiful. There cannot be a problem in this moment. Now, if this moment is beautiful, and tomorrow, so the future is created by this moment. The next moment is only created by this moment. How you feel in the next moment can only be determined by how you feel in this moment, right? By your thinking of this moment. Your past can only be created by this moment. This is the actual only moment that actually matters, really. So when people are stressed, when people have problems, it's outside of this moment. And if you are ever outside of this moment, you are creating your future with that moment. So in fact, you want to live fulfillment, happiness, you want to achieve more, you want to be happy, you want to be fulfilled. All it is just be in this moment, that's all. But then your question comes, but Eric, I still need to pay the bills. You know? I can't just like look at you, you look at me, and we just smile all day, you know? It's like, I still need to pay the bills, right? But let me tell you something. When we are in this moment, it shifts something else. And this is about awareness. When you have awareness, there's more opportunities. When you have awareness, there are more opportunities. In this moment is where the opportunities are. Opportunities are not in the future, not in the past. For you to grab is actually literally now. That's all. Right? The moment you shift out of this moment, you miss those. You miss all of it. So if you want to start changing your life, you want to change all of this stuff, all you do is you just be in this moment. That's all. Now, what do you do in this moment? Do we just like look at each other all day and just smile? You know, we still need to pay the bills. So I just want to share with you one thing that has really impacted my life in terms of how I live every moment. For me, every moment is about contribution, is about serving, is about serving other people. And by the way, when I say serving other people, we're going to go a little bit deeper on this because I don't believe it's other people, because I believe that we're all one. So when we are serving other people, I don't believe we're serving other people. We're kind of serving ourselves as well. We're all one. And also the people who we serve, we create everything around us. We create the person who sat there, we create our partners, we create everyone around us. How we are determines how they are. Right? How we are determines how they are. So if we just serve and we're just out there give, determines how they are too. Right? And when now going into flow, so what am I doing in these moments? In these moments, I'm finding every opportunity to just give, just to add value. Right? But again, I can only flow, and why I can still pay the bills is because I have the system that I have mastered. Does that make sense? It's because I know sales, right? Some of you, how many of you have heard me speak before, by the way? Wow, pretty much all of you, okay? So you would have seen some events, look, I can sell. Some of you have seen me really sell, some of you have seen me, when everyone runs to the back and credit cards and everything, right? Yeah. No. Okay, so we can, and I can play those games all day long, because I'm good at selling, right? Some of you are looking a bit worried right now. It's like, what's coming? What's coming? What's coming? Okay, let me tell you something. Okay? Today there'll be no running. There'll be sprinting. Only joking. Calm down. Everyone take a deep breath in. And out. Okay. So I can only do this, I can only flow because I've mastered the form, by the way, okay? Now, what am I doing in flow? When I'm flowing, it's very simple, okay? I just be. I just live. I'm just happy in every single moment, yeah? Now, things will come my way. The things that come my way, what happens is, some things, they'll come my way, and they will be, maybe they'll attack in a certain way, whether it's by words or whatever, right? There's something that feels not right. It comes towards me, and it's like, because I face challenges too in my life, right? And what do I do at points like that? First of all, first point, do not react. Do not react, right? Do not react. Now, what do? I just move. I let it pass. Right? Bruce Lee talks about be like water. Let it pass. Let it pass. Now, let me tell you, this is very hard because some of you, because ego will always play in the way, ego will still be there, You kind of like, oh, okay, don't react. Okay, yeah, okay, just do what you like then, Not reacting, just let them be, yeah, okay, whatever, You're reacting. So, Wayne Dyer talks about, he says, don't try to be right, just be kind. Every moment when you get the option to be right or be kind, just choose to be kind. Practice being kind. Actually being kind, right? So you've got them as your focus. You've got serving them as your focus. Let them be, okay, cool. When things come my way and it's good, accept. And this is a big learning in itself because some people are great givers, they're not very good receivers. They like helping people. I love helping people. And then sometimes, people say, hey, how about I help you? No, it's okay, I'll sort it out myself. Some people are really, and why do we have this? Understand that flow happens both ways. When you give, receive, it's flow, right? It's part of nature. What goes out, comes in, goes out, that's all, it's just flow. And so you actually have to be a good receiver too. Because some of you are looking for opportunities in moments, and you're like, but I never see opportunities. No, it's because when people say, hey, how about I do? No, it's okay, I'll sort it myself. We block this stuff off. So we're out there serving. But we also accept other people who want to serve too. Accept. Let them serve. When you serve, when you help people, how do you feel? You feel fantastic. So when people want to help you, you say, no, don't help. So you basically say, no, I'm not going to let you feel fantastic. Think about that a second, right? Let it come in. Say thank you. Let it come in. And you'll start, again, this is all about awareness. Now I've dropped, look, because everybody's at different parts of their journey. Now I've dropped the seed in there. So some of you, at the beginning, it's kind of like, okay, this makes quite a bit of sense. Let's practice it. Some of you, I know this already, but then still it's dropped another seed in there because when you hear something once and then you can hear it again at another part of your journey, then you say, that's what it meant. But every time you feel like, I know it now. And then what happens is 1 year later, I know it some more. Right? It's interesting. So just keep an open mind right now. And let's think about this a second. If we just be, every moment we're just being, okay? Where does confidence come from? Confidence just comes from trust. We know that everything will always be okay. It cannot be okay. What is the worst thing that can happen? There is no worst thing that can happen. Everything can only be okay. And the only reason why things aren't okay is because, first of all, we're not in the moment. We're not in the moment. Understand, but just by being in the moment alone, everything will be okay. It's just like in relationships. It's interesting with Martha, actually. We can't have arguments. It's like, how can you not have arguments? Because we both understand exactly this. On that same level, we understand this stuff. Does that mean we never like sometimes lose a little bit of patience or sometimes ego may? Yes, it does, of course. We're just human too. That's sometimes it kicks in. And it kicks in, it's just like, and what we do is, everyone take a deep breath in. And out. Repeat after me. Breathing is everything. It's very powerful. You know when you're angry, when you're frustrated, when you're impatient, you'll find that you are breathing like you stop breathing. You do. You kind of like hold your breath and then the more you hold your breath, the more frustrated you become. Just breathing alone calms everything. Try it next time. Next time you feel a little bit frustrated or something, just breathe in, breathe out. And again, breathe in, breathe out. And you find that it's very hard to still be equally as frustrated. It's very hard, just by breathing alone, right? And then what happens is understanding that breathing, okay, already stops that. Then the next thing is that in this moment there are no problems. Sometimes it's just like a little bit of a frustration. You see, it's just like, hey, honey, everything's beautiful in this moment. It's like, okay, and then gone. True, right? True. Because a lot of the time, what we hold on to is, what did you say just before? Why did you just say that? Right? That's what happens. And in relationships, that's what happens. But it never happens with us. Just every moment is beautiful. It's beautiful. Say, look at this, everything. Wow. Clouds, grass, trees. Let's go hug some trees, you know. Everything's beautiful, right? Everything's beautiful. And then life gets so much easier. Think about it. If your life had no stress, no noise. No stress, no noise. And this is exactly the same thing in the workplace. Exactly the same thing, right? But let me tell you what the number one key is. The number one key is honesty and openness. The number one key behind this stress stuff that happens, the number one key is honesty and openness. That's what it is. Understand this first of all. Everybody in this world is always lying. Every single day. Every single day, everybody. It's like the moment, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend goes out there, you know, it's like girlfriend says, hey, what are you looking at? And you're looking at this girl and it's like, oh, nothing, you know. Lying already. Already lying. Just by that, lying. Now you may think that, but that's only a small thing. That's only a small thing. But these things build up. Think about it. If we talk about noise, all these little seeds just dropping in there, adding towards this stacking, right? That's all noise. Openness, honesty is number one. But not many people can live it. Think about a workplace. I actually teach this a lot in leadership. In a workplace, if everyone was open and honest, there'll be no politics. Workplaces, with businesses, the worst thing is politics. There's people bitching about people behind people's back and whatnot and everything. In our group, we have one simple policy, and it's very interesting because Sam joined us not long ago. And when he joined, first thing, sat down, I said, first thing is honesty. And he looks at me thinking, what what is this, right? Honesty, that's the first rule. It means that, sometimes when you do things wrong, I'll just tell you how it is. Is that okay? You know? And then when they say, no, it's not okay, you say, okay, well, we'll do the second option, which is I'll bitch behind your back instead. Which one do you prefer? Oh, speak to you, okay. We'll do that one then, yes. Yes, so everything is open and honest. Whatever that opinion of people, we just speak out what it is. But that's a hard journey in itself. Because why? Because when we're honest, we think, what if we hurt people? What if we hurt people's feelings? A great master of mine out in Bali said to me, he said, Eric, how can you love and care for other people if you don't love and care for yourself? And you keep all of this stuff inside and you need to tell all of these like lies and, you know, tell about this and tell about that just to protect other people's feelings. How you are, yeah, you are responsible for. How people react is they're responsible for. In very blunt terms, if somebody reacts, it's really their problem. But can you help them by just masking it up and keeping them in a bubble? I don't believe so. How is that helping them? You're stopping them from growing. The only way is just to hit it with the truth. If people don't like the truth, what can you do about it? You're speaking the truth. You know that you are sincere, you are honest, you are truthful. So why would you be stressed out about it? Everything's beautiful. And then in those moments, you just flow. You don't fight. No fighting, just flow. Now think about fighting, this is interesting because a lot of people, and including myself, when I was talking about some people are in that form and in that fighting, making things happen, getting uncomfortable all the time. A lot of people stay stuck in there. I was stuck in there for many years. Fighting for more money, making more money, building more business success, and working on overdrive, I would say, working on overdrive. But when you fight something, understand, fighting doesn't work. When you fight something, it comes back. Whatever you fight comes back. Whatever you fight comes back. That's just part of nature. There is a reaction. You fight, there's a reaction. Now, some of you may think, but no, if I'm so strong, I fight, I beat him down until he's down on the floor, he's not moving anymore, I won, it doesn't come back. But it may come back in another form. Now, that sounds weird. It's like, come back in another form, what do you mean? A butterfly will come and attack you or something, What does that mean? Let me tell you, again, I'm not going to talk about it in a woo-woo sense. Let's break it down a little. The moment he starts fighting, I react. Okay, understand this. How you are is your karma. How people react is their karma. Yes? So they do something. I react. Okay? Then what happens? It creates a new version of me. This was not me before. I've never reacted like that before. Then by me reacting like that, him reacting, suddenly he forms a new version of himself. Now I think I'm so powerful. I can fight this off. It's okay. Fight. Okay, down to the ground. Gone. Cool, I feel like I've won. But in fact, I've lost. I created a new version of myself, which is greater, more powerful in that reaction and fighting spirit than before. So the next time I meet somebody else, they say something to me, suddenly I react straight at that power. It's just a matter of time. One day, someone will be more powerful than you. It may come back in another form, but that was only created because once this happened. So that's why I say, don't fight. Fighting doesn't work. This is very interesting because a few years back, I used to teach, when I was teaching about business, never give up, do whatever it takes, never give up, keep going, persevere, fight. Right? I believe it's like this. I believe that you have, let's say we have a highway, we have cars going this way. Okay? We have cars coming this way. Right? And then what I believe is, when you are fighting towards your goal, and some of you may be in this situation right now, is that you can be here right now, your goal is here. But the side of the highway that you're on is where cars are coming this way and you're going this way. You don't know what it is, whether it's a business journey, a career, whatever you're doing right now. You persevere down it, challenge. You persevere down it, another challenge. It keeps knocking you down. You know what it is. You can't explain it. It just keeps knocking me down. But for whatever reason, I'm reading all these personal development books and it keeps telling me to fight. Never give up. Keep getting knocked down, keep going, keep getting knocked down, keep going. Okay? Now I believe in signs. I believe that, I believe that some things just, you'll see this, and you'll probably see this, some of you, in relationships a lot. In those moments, everything's wrong. You argue every single day, right? But you're like, okay, no, it's okay. It's about communication. It's about effective communication, You communicate, you argue, you communicate, you argue, you communicate. You give yourself, we're growing from this. We're growing from this, You give yourself, it's okay, we're growing from this, right? But I believe that's fight. I really believe that's fight. And then you think, oh, but I can't possibly, it's been like 7 years, it's been 8 years, it's been 10 years, I can't let this go. And then what happens is for some reason, it's gone. And then you go into a new relationship, and it's, this is so much easier. This is so much easier, right? Some things flow, some things don't. I believe everything's already there. You'll see those paths. But it's about you having the awareness and understanding, what is flow? What is your path of flow? When you see it and you recognize it, it becomes very, very powerful. It becomes very, very powerful. In the past, I used to be fight. And actually Yo-Yo Noodle was one of them. loads of sales, loads of recruits, loads of noodle bars not doing well too, loads of investments going wrong, everything. But I was fighting. I was like, no, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. Did we grow? Yes, we did. But it was a big, big struggle. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Down this path now with the different businesses I go in, I just flow with it. It feels right. Yes, cool. Just go with it. Because I believe once you from where you are to where you want to be, you switch lanes. Just switch lanes. Change. Let go. Let go. It doesn't matter how long you've been traveling that journey. Let go. And giving up doesn't mean failing. And it's not giving up. It's letting go. And it's also called creating new space. If you don't declutter, if you don't allow that attachment to that old stuff, the stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, you don't allow that attachment just to go. How can the new fit into that space? Right? There was a monk who once said, he said that when your cup is full, stop pouring. Stop pouring. Right? Some people are just trying to get this new thing. Where's this new thing? Where's this new opportunity? But you're still stuck in the old stuff. It's full right now. There's no space for the new thing. Right? Let the space, free up the space, right? Detachment. Don't be attached. Attachment is not a good thing. Attachment is an ego thing. Learn to detach, right? No attachments. No expectation. If you don't have any expectations, then where's the failure? There's no failure. Every moment is just beautiful. Live those moments like that. It's beautiful. It really is. And this, seriously, it becomes so, so powerful. I would say, 5 years ago, I would say I'm living I'm living my life, I'm loving it. 4 years ago, I'm living my life, 3 years ago, I'm really living my life, 2 years ago, it's like, wow, this life is beautiful, Today, it's just like, wow, I feel on top of the world, I really do. It's amazing. This place is amazing. And at the same time, the great thing is that I'm just in these moments. I'm just giving, just helping people, just being happy, get to chill with you guys for today, enjoy this time. But at the same time, I know that at the end of the day, my business are running in the bank account, cha-ching, 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 money's still coming in, And when you can master that type of system, master that type of form, and then you can just flow with it, wow, life is beautiful. But the final message I'd like to just finish on here is just that, I think we need to first understand that it's okay to get uncomfortable. When you want change, when you want to change your life around, right? First of all, you need to take action, right? Will there be a confidence problem? Will there be fear? Yes, of course. I fear it too. I feel that stuff. But it's how you can embrace that stuff and just do it anyway. So this confidence thing is very simple, I feel. Very simple. Just literally take something you fear and just do it. How hard? How many steps do I need to show you? There's no steps. Oh, I fear it. Do it. Oh, I fear it. Do it. That's confidence. How does confidence happen? It builds. It builds. But then, not to discount again what all the speakers have shared with you today. All these things help. They help. Why can I be so confident today is because I had a system to follow. I knew that tonality. I knew the way my posture is, the way I speak. I knew that how I stand like this and I speak like this, it means certainty, right? And I start understanding this stuff. And at that time, people are like, he's being really fake. It's me now. It's part of me. This is how people know Eric Ho. This is me. I feel I'm the most authentic, I'm just me. But that came from mastering that form, the fake, the practicing. But it's uncomfortable, and you might even feel like that's not myself, but who are you? Who is yourself? Let go of any attachment of who you think you are. Just go out there, just do new things. And the most important thing, I think, go out there, just serve. Do the greater good. Yes. Thank you.